dabble a little bit in mid with Ari as well, and um, looks like that's the game you have pulled up here.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, this is the art game. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm actually in Discord with somebody who is a diamond gold main or diamond support main, and they've been spamming Nami constantly. They feel she's pretty broken right now. So that is a good thing to work on. So I guess with that out of the way, we'll hop in. I'm gonna have the sounds muted so we can discuss and go over that. And if we need to rewind, we can rewind and do all that good stuff. So let's see how this goes. How'd your day go?
It was all right, you know. Technically my day off, but I had to call into an important meeting, so but now that's out of the way, and so I'm on to my weekend.
Good, 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 good. Okay, you can ward there. For me, if I play mid, I typically try to sneak a ward over the blue pit towards the enemy blue buff, just so we can spot out early vision on where the jungler is.
Okay.
But it's dangerous. It's dangerous because they could be right there waiting to pick you off.
I also, with Ari at least, I'm not sure which abilities to build first.
Hmm.
I like the first ability, so I tend to max that one out first before anything else. But other than that, I'm not really sure what the best strategy is there.
Okay. Yeah, you're definitely gonna max your Q first or your first skill. Um, I when I play Ari, I typically go second skill, or your third skill second, excuse me, the charm. This way you can look for that early harassment. You know that's when the jungler is going to typically come in and potentially look at ganking you. This way you have that countermeasure. If they do come in, you can charm them and back off. That was a nice charm right there. Um, so far, it looks pretty good. Maybe you wasted a little bit of mana on earlier, um, pushing the wave earlier, like using your first skill
Hmm.
one minion, but it looks okay so far. You're trading into Ziggs pretty well. It's kind of hard to play against Ziggs just because he is able to poke from such a long range.
Yeah,
Okay.
he does have an insane range for several of his abilities.
Yep. There's something really important that a lot of people don't do is they don't use their health and mana as resources. So like they'll drain their mana and then they'll go back immediately, or
Hmm.
get in there and get aggressive before you know that you're going to go back. So you just forced out a flash. So that was a really nice play. He's going to try to ult to clear some of the wave. At that point, we know he's probably going to go back as well. Oh, he doesn't. It's surprising. He's really low health. He could have charmed him and killed him.
Yeah, if I had had mana, I could have.
Conserve it earlier.
Yes.
So potentially, what I would do right here, um, come and see if we can rewind just a half second. Where right here, where you're going back, where the wave is, we know he's going back this time for sure because he just ulted. He dropped all of his mana on trying to push that wave a little bit. But with you being fairly fairly healthy at this point. If the jungler came in, you could probably get away perfectly fine. If you push that wave into his tower, what it's going to do is cause him to miss those creeps, and it's going to deny him that gold. And where the wave will be at when he returns back to what? Sorry, my phone's dead, so I'm charging it, and it just cut off because it's in low power mode. But when he gets back, he's going to push that wave back in, and it's going to land right where it is now, back on your side of the map. And that gives you that advantage because you picked up a little bit of extra gold than he did. You denied him a little bit of extra gold by driving your minions into his tower. With League of Legends being, or Wild Rift, League of Legends being a game of attrition, every little piece of gold counts, every little piece of experience counts. So what you could do in theory is if the wave's frozen right there, he's probably going to have to shove it into your tower um, just to have the wave bounce back towards him, and he has to be extended past river, which makes it easier for the enemy to gank. So you'd be stronger because you have extra gold for when you go back and buy. You could potentially have an item advantage on him. Um, you should have the resource advantage, and you have the field positioning to where he has to overextend and you don't.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So keep going. I'd imagine you typically just buy what it suggests.
Yeah, I have an item build and I just follow it.
Yeah, I do for the most part, except for champions that I'm really comfortable on. Like Lee Sin, I'll vary what I'm going to build that game based upon what the game needs. Like if it's all melee, you're definitely going to want to build armor. If it's all ability power, you're going to want to build some magic resist. But not a lot of people know what to build in the middle of the game. Yep. So with him clearing it out, if you actually didn't kill this thing, you could leave it there, and it would freeze the wave long enough to where his minions would clump up there again, and you would keep the lane frozen, and he'd still have to overextend.
So instead of pushing the wave really hard, it would be better to leave it closer to my tower.
Yes. Yeah. Just match him if he's spamming like so. If he kills two of your minions, you want to kill two of his, just to keep the waves even. This way, it'll stay frozen where it's at. Okay, nice. I mean, you look pretty confident on it. Your skill shots are pretty good. I know that's something you said you wanted to work on was your positioning and your skill placement. Did you?
Yeah, sometimes when like once we get up towards the end with team fights, I think I get a little bit too sloppy there.
It's confusing. It's really confusing. A lot of times I'll get lost in team fights too. I just auto lock on a champion and hope for the best. Yeah, at this point I would just use all of your mana and just push that wave and then get back to your base. One other thing that I don't see a lot of people do is when they're in that. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, this went bad.
Yeah, yeah. I probably would have based sooner, but I mean that's okay. It comes with experience. One thing that a lot of people don't do is when they're in that aggressive position and they just push that enemy wave in. If their enemy has that honey fruit plant up, and like say they're especially if they're full health, walk close to it, lock onto it, and attack it. This way, it forces them to either pick it up at full health, or they just waste it in general. So you reserve yours and burn theirs. This way, you have that advantage as well to look for.
Okay.
Okay, come back out and go for around bottom.
Yeah, and then I had a bit of lag here. I don't know what happened, but
It's been happening a lot lately. I probably would not have looked for that roam bot. I would definitely would have stayed mid just because Ziggs does so much damage to your tower. Oh, he killed it. Okay.
yeah, my early game I feel like on this one was not the best. Like my team was down there, they probably could have got the dragon without me, no problems.
Yep. But I mean, it's good. You're making proactive plays, so that's good. A lot of people just stay in lane all game and don't do anything to try to help the team. He should be dead here. No, maybe not. If you had ultimate, he was dead.
Yeah, this game Ziggs actually got away a couple times like that. I did end up getting him eventually, I think. We'll see.
That's so frustrating.
Yeah. Also, as you can see, I spam my auto attack button.
Yeah, I do too. I think everybody does. At this point where the wave's at, if you I would get maybe go get that vision sooner in the back, but unless you're okay. Just because you want to come back with items, because he's already got that gold from killing your tower, so he's potentially stronger than you right now.
Okay.
Definitely pop that the vision plant. This way you can sweep any wards in that area. You're just like walking into all your charms.
Yeah.
Was that was that
the
a was that a flash right there?
Yeah, I think I flashed on accident right there.
It happens. It happens. I can't tell you how many times I accidentally flashed trying to smite something. Wild Rift is. Did you play League of Legends at all?
I've played it a little bit.
Okay.
I'm not good at it. I'm very bad at it.
I played it for 10 years and never was really good. I couldn't stick to a role, stick to a champion, any of that stuff. So, and I played it when I was a little bit older, like not as a teenager. So my mechanics were never that impressive.
Yeah, I really want to be good at it because I really love the Nami skins on there, and like the skins and stuff are limited on Wild Rift, but the auto lock targeting on Wild Rift definitely helps me out a bit.
Yes. Do you thumb over? Or do you click the icon?
Um,
So will you
like
use
the
will you use your auto aim, your attack button? So if you hold it down, you can actually drag it to a specific target. Um, so if you wanted to lock on Ziggs, you could either click his face on the screen, or you could hold the attack button down, and a little yellow icon will pop up, and then you could hover it over that champion or that target, and then do it
Yeah,
that.
I do that.
Okay,
I
I
don't click on the champions on the screen.
okay. Me personally, when there's like when you're in a situation where you're at a dragon or at a in the middle of the wave, because there's so many options that you could click on or accidentally lock on, I definitely click on the champion. um, if
Okay.
I'm at dragon, when I'm trying to smite, I will use the auto feature to lock onto it, and I just won't take my lock off of it. But that's a jungler thing. Yeah, I definitely would have went back way before you had enough to buy those items. I don't think I saw you got caught out or get caught out and die. So that's okay. But you would have definitely been stronger if you were to have those in case any fights broke out at that time.
Yeah.
Um, go back to here real quick. So thought process with flashing right there. What was the thought process?
Well, I wanted to get him.
No, I knew that. But, just looking at the state right before the flash, none of the skills were on cooldown. So or you didn't have any skills up. So I was like, that's a little bit weird. But um, at that point, I'd imagine I'd be frustrated. Like this guy keeps getting away. I want him to die.
Yeah, pretty much. That was the thought process.
Yeah. How many games do you think you have in Wild Rift so far?
With Ari or with
Just in
Nami?
general. Just in general.
Several hundred at least.
A lot.
Probably close. Sorry,
No, I interrupted you. I apologize.
I was thinking maybe closer to 1,000, but I'm not sure.
Okay. Yeah. War. What was I gonna say? I can't remember. Yeah. Not important.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I just wouldn't have flashed there. With the skills being down. But hey, live and let learn.
I mean, I don't think I was really, critically thinking at that moment. I was just like, I must chase.
One thing that's really cool with Ari is you can charm towards somebody and flash towards them, and it extends the charm, and it goes off a lot quicker than if you were to like ultimate in on them. Um, so it saves a little bit of time. It's harder to react. Good old gray screen of death. Do you
Yep.
win this game?
What's that?
Do y'all win this game? Because it looks like y'all are a little bit behind currently.
Yes, we do win, I think.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
I'm pretty sure we won. Also, I missed the kill that I got. I think it might have just been from my burn
Let's go back.
ignite. I think it might have been from that.
Let's see. What did happen? Okay. No, it might be a little bit farther.
Yeah, it is because it's already got the kill up there on the top.
There we go. Let's see what happens. I think your Q gets it. Yeah, you just, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, okay, we can skip back forward. But yeah, some people do know, some people don't know. With Ari, when her orb changes colors, it's life vamp or spell vamp, so you can run it through the whole wave and get a lot of healing back. Ari's solid. She's a great. When it comes to mid lane champions, the attack animations usually are pretty terrible. Ari's is really fast. It's smooth. Obviously, it's a beautiful character. It's well designed, hyper mobile, can do a massive amount of damage, and the charm to pick a single target off is phenomenal. You can play her as that aggressive assassin. You can play her as that mid range mage. Um,
yeah.
the fact that she has three flashes at like a minute cooldown for her ultimate is just insane. Okay, what is that? Olaf's running in. Okay. Yeah, at that point you're just so low. There's really nothing you can do but just try to play support. And back up the team and hopefully pick something off. Okay, Lucian's dead. Good. Let's see. No objectives up on the map for the team fight. Probably too early for Baron at this point. Yeah, I would just go back there too, buy, and then just reset. Look at pushing out top wave or top or bottom. Chances are, AD carry is probably going to come and take mid lane. With the waves pushing in, if you look at your mini map, I would definitely be in top lane catching that's about what's about to crash in that tower where Leona is, because
Hmm.
to be there, Leona needs to be in mid lane with the rest of the team or clearing out vision. What I would probably do personally in this situation is I would shove out that wave. Hopefully, your team doesn't pull a trigger and join like a 4v5 fight or a 3v5 fight with you in a side lane just to get that wave pushing back on their side so they have to respond. Um, so push a wave, maybe two if you're lucky, and then join the rest of your team and force them to act on that top side because Dragon's coming up in 20 seconds. And if you push that in, since you're there, you can join the rest of your team and make that a 4v5. So they have the option to take turret damage or try to get that Dragon. Ooh, that was close. No, he's not. Nice. So you said you peaked plat. Um, was that your like your first season?
No, that was this season before the 2.5 patch.
Okay, did you D rank after that?
Yes.
I understand.
I blame the matchmaking changes.
I would. It's not fair because like an emerald, like there's such a big skill gap between emerald and diamond and masters, and like it puts me in as an emerald jungler against like diamond or master junglers, and it's not fair, and it's not a fun game to play as a jungler already. So um,
Yeah.
it hurts my feelings. That was a good charm. The skill shots in this game are a little bit weird and hard to get used to. Um, just for the fact that it does this auto aim feature. That's so frustrating.
Yeah. I should have just stayed though. Kind of my fault.
Are you? Are what runes are you running? Is that
um
yeah? That's phase rush and something else.
yeah, I've got phase rush. Um I know I have mana flow band for sure.
Is
And
there
then
is there a strategy behind running phase rush?
no, it just sounded
Okay,
like it would be good.
okay. No, I mean I just didn't know if that was a specific strategy. Um, just the fact that if you land Ari's Q, you're going or her charm, you're going to land your Q, which proc. If you were to run Electrocute, that would automatically proc two hits of it. Then all you got to do is follow up with an auto attack or her passive from her second
Okay.
ability. And you would have definitely killed Ziggs right there. You might have killed him in other situations too, or definitely got him lower. I like that they added the top three build feature. This way, you can look at what the pros or the high ranked players are playing, and then go with that.
Mhm.
I hate Timo.
Don't we all?
Oh, that's even more frustrating with how much I hate Tebow and him just getting away. Yeah, I would get away definitely from Ziggs. Just like any of those bombs lands is might be it. Ooh, yep, that's scary.
Yeah, I got lucky on that one.
Okay, just looking at like the game state right now. Dragon's going to spawn with fairly soon because you can tell about with the circle getting ready to come around it. The top wave
Mhm.
is pushing against you, and the bottom wave is pushing against you. Mid lane is about stale, or it's in the mid right now. Um, definitely go to a side lane at this point and try to pick up that farm. You're 5-3-5, so you're pretty well ahead. Um, if anybody comes to challenge you one on one, they might have to send two people, and if they do, you're highly mobile, which allows your team to focus 4v5 or 4v yeah 4v4 before something like that on the other side of the map. So we definitely need to get the waves pushing back away from you with that dragon spawning, or else you're going to end up taking tower damage while that dragon spawns, and it might end up destroying a tower. I think top lane is half. Oh,
Yeah, it's about half.
yep. Oh no, we did it again. Sorry. Technology boomer, boomer. Alright, go back. Okay, there we are. No, we'll skip this. We don't have to. Alright. Sorry, back to where we were. I'm just gonna quit pausing it. Every time I touch it, I screw it up. I'm surprised, like, earlier when you were, like, 4 kills behind, there weren't more surrender votes.
Yeah, I kind of have a mentality of never surrender unless it's just like insanely bad.
Hmm.
But no one actually tried this time.
See, I'm the other way. I will surrender as soon as one arises. I only play this game just to surrender. Oh, that was nice. I didn't because it was off screen. I didn't know if he was gonna get that kill, but that was really nice. That's huge right before Drake fight. I think Drake's up. At this point, yeah, okay, so Drake's up. You just picked two. That's a no brainer. You could have, since you were all no, jungler's up. I would say coin flip Baron. Oh, Kha'Zix is dead.
Yeah, they ran in like some dum dums right there.
Yeah, no vision. They were figured you probably on the dragon, so they were safe. Oh wait, no, you couldn't have been because they have the vision there. Dum dums. That's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would back right there unless you're going to do Baron for sure, which it looks like you are potentially. Garen's off doing his thing over there. Just because you have was that Lich Bane, so it's going to be a huge item spike. But then again, Kha'Zix is dead, so never mind. You're doing the right thing.
I don't even think I'm back here either. We just go for it.
Okay, hey. Um, if you guys weren't just going for it, I would definitely go back and get that item, especially because it's a
Mm-hmm.
full completed item and it's going to do a massive amount of damage. I mean, so far it looks like you're playing really well,
Thanks.
but I'm dumb. So, do you guys end here?
Yeah, I think we do actually.
Okay, let's break all the base just in case.
Mm-hmm. It's a more complete win when you do it that way.
Yeah, just in case if something, God forbid, goes wrong, uh, you can always bring it back. Um, that like that game just looked like a solid game all around. Of course, there was we addressed some of the issues like, hey, I would have gone back here. You had an opportunity to go back. That the big one, the big mistake was probably that roam bottom lane, allowing Ziggs to get that turret. I think it was first turret. Just
Mm-hmm.
the fact that Ziggs kills towers faster than almost anybody in the game because once it gets below a certain percentage of health, his satchel charge will kill it instantly. Um,
Okay.
Yep. So maybe stayed on the map a little bit too long. Top lane, I would have pushed that wave out and made them have to answer that wave pushing into their tower, taking tower damage for free. But yeah, not bad at all. So we'll hop into game two on Seraphine. Oh, you're Nami. Sorry, I saw Seraphine. Is that Seraphine?
Uh,
Vayne?
no.
No, I'm an idiot.
Vayne. It's Vayne.
Who's that skin? I thought I saw Seraphine.
Oh yeah, it might be the sweetheart Vayne skin over there.
I think so. Nami's pretty interesting. Really strong. I always thought she was in a good spot in Wild Rift, League of Legends. Solid character all around. Some people play her mid lane, just because she's able to bully people out with her heal ability. Her bubble's a little bit difficult to hit though.
Yeah, I struggle with the bubble. That's one of the reasons why I choose to build the heal and the buff skills first. Um, because I feel like I have more value because those ones are, an auto target where I can just swivel to hit with them.
Yep, you're playing. Is that you're playing against Leona, right?
No, it's a Lux, I think.
I'm sorry, I should have paid attention. I was watching you and not the game state. Oh, it is
Yeah,
Lux. I
it's
thought it was
Lux.
Leona for a second, and I was like, why did they not go aggressive? Um, I mean, the early flash might have been a little bit aggressive, trying to pick that kill up, but so
I do sometimes get a little too aggressive with Nami.
that's okay. That's okay. She's squishy, but your your positioning right now is really good. Just because you're playing aggressive, like Ezreal should not be there right now with the team coming back at full health. But y'all are getting a massive amount of damage down. They have to go back. They can't stay and fight or else they're gonna die. So that means that gives you a free wave. I would push it out, help them like last hit or do whatever to get it to the tower and then go back by your blue item. I can't remember what that's called.
I tend to stay in the lane pretty long.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm playing Nami,
Yep.
like until my first full built item is ready.
Okay.
I don't know if that's a good strategy or not necessarily.
I it's all about back timers when you're playing bot lane. Um, when to go? That's not good. Okay. It's like when to go back. Like I would not be there right now. MF could flash in and probably kill you if they did that, but they might not even have flash. So I was not paying attention. Yeah, I would definitely go back now because as is back full health, he'll play safe. Hopefully, maybe heal him one last time and then go back. Grab grab your items because now you're sitting on your second tier of your first tier items.
Apparently, that's not the plan.
That's okay. That's okay. What you're doing is really good because you're showing that I'm not sure about that one. Um, you
Yeah, I
got
missed them both.
well, you no, you got the bubble, but you just didn't have
Yeah.
any follow up. The wave was pushing against you guys, so what would have happened is as walked up and auto attacked, the waves would have started turning on him, so he had been taking damage from Lux, Misfortune, and the minions. Um, okay, he almost dies. Yeah, back immediately.
Yes.
Sorry, I keep getting stuff keeps happening on the screen, and I keep getting run away. So what you're doing, you're playing aggressive, which is allowing him to like get vision, and hopefully he should be kind of matching your pace. Obviously, you're trying to poke. It's hard to poke into Lux just because she does so much damage, and Misfortune can do a significant amount of damage with her Q as well. Um, yeah, I would have definitely been back by now, just so you can refresh everything, buy your items, and have higher mana pool maybe potentially. But yeah, some stuff that people don't really do when they're playing support or AD carry is if the AD carry steps forward, the support needs to step forward too. It needs to be like this parallel dance in lane, um, just matching. Did as yeah. So like if you would have had
Yeah.
bubble, you would have been able to stop that.
Pretty sure I died too. Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
did.
Yeah, it's when you look back on it, it's easier to be like, oh, okay, I should have done that. But in the meantime, you have to make split-second decisions in the game, and it's a lot more difficult. And that's why reviewing your VODs is really important. This way, it drills home that I should not have been there, or I should have done this differently. And every time you see that you screw up, you're like, yeah, I screwed up there, and you tend to learn from those mistakes pretty well. Honestly, I might have even went back right there just to grab that the ardent sensor just because it's so strong. But it looks like you guys get a kill off of it. So what?
Yeah, I'm the kill stealing support in this game.
Hey, sometimes you. I would if I was playing AD carry, I'd rather my support get the kill than them get away.
True. I feel like the getting mad at the support for getting a kill that you're backing away from is kind of toxic.
Yep. I watched a video on Reddit where it was a Lulu that literally had the guy or had the enemy on the last hit, and the AD carry backed away, and the enemy flashed away and got away with no damage just because Lulu didn't want to take the kill. I was like, no, no. So this is solo queue, right? This is not like a duo queue that you're playing with.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
solo.
A lot of people recommend if you're going to main support, get a duo queue partner just because you never know who you're going to get, and it's going to make your life much easier because you're at that point where you're kind of at the mercy of your team to carry, unless maybe you're
Mm-hmm.
playing like Brand or Seraphine that can do a lot of damage, um, or Lux potentially. Okay. Nice. That's who. Did you pick Nami first, or did Yasuo pick Nami? You decide to go Nami. Or, Yasuo. Did Yasuo pick first? You decide to go Nami.
I always go Nami basically
Okay,
if I'm support.
that was a really nice knockup right there. Are you dead here? Yeah.
Mm, yeah, I think I end up dead. Oh, maybe not.
Yeah.
Yep. And then so does he.
I mean, a lot of people just end up overstaying. It's something people are bad about, and I'll spam recall and heal, recall and heal. Just people overstay, the enemy respawns, and it's not good. I'm gonna pause right here and just kind of look at the map state. So it looks like everybody's doing an ARAM mid. Um, as is respawning at E's clearing your jungle. What would I do at this point? Is there a reason for going bot lane right now?
Just that it's my lane.
Okay. Uh, just the reason I'm saying because top tower's open, bottom tower's open. Um, at this point, laning phase is probably over. So if I'm playing support, I'm not going to be in that side wave unless absolutely nobody is catching a wave that is crashing into a tower. Where bottom lane's pushing into the enemy tower, top lane's about halfway through river. At this point, I'm with my team 100% of the time,
Okay.
or I'm with the jungler looking for a flank position, or I'm sweeping for wards. Do you buy sweeper typically? Like, will you change ward for sweeper trinket?
I usually don't.
Okay, I typically do after like level 6. I'll go back and I'll buy it. Especially when I'm playing like a roaming support like Alistar. I know that's not the case. You say you normally just pick Nami, um,
Hmm.
but after level 6, your dragon fight's typically going to start. That's when towers might open up, just so you can clear out the vision on the map. Because chances are nobody is buying a sweeper and sweeping out vision, so that's kind of going to be on you in theory, 4 other people can place wards. I'll run with the Trinket Sweeper just to clear vision and keep the enemy guessing where we're at.
Okay.
Okay, we lost mid turret. Ult's coming up. Are you going to use it? Okay, no. Yep.
Well, yeah, why not?
Oh, so close. Cannon almost died. And Ez dead. That's a nice bubble, though, to keep them away from coming back on you.
Evelyn kind of went and did a sneaky, put the
With the
Rift Herald way up the lane.
yeah. A lot of times, if you have the Rift Herald for some whatever reason, maybe you accidentally last hit or you picked it up, you can actually sneak behind the towers and pop it there. This way, you don't have to worry about any incoming minions or any minions in front of it, so it'll charge the tower directly.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've only ended up with it once or twice.
That is your favorite skill, isn't it?
My ult?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Honestly, if I was Evelyn, knowing that Dragon was coming up, I might have waited to pop Herald until the team was close to the Dragon, and then pop Herald, and then run immediately to Dragon while they're dealing with Rift Herald. Do you make? Yeah, he backs off. Okay, that's good. Go back. Go back. Okay, good. No, go back. Go back.
But the minions.
The free gold, I know. Okay, cool. Part of me was like, she's gonna go help Evelyn out with no min and no health.
I probably thought about it, not gonna lie.
So they have a Garen, or they have a in it, they have Rengar. Is there MF? Is there AD carry? Um, I honestly I might play this game slightly differently because I mean it's working for you with spamming the ultimate on cooldown.
Mm-hmm.
But I might potentially look at using it as a disengagement tool. So we know MF has to channel, and she'll channel far away with her ultimate. So it's going to be really hard to crowd control and knock her up. Kinnon's going to look to dive on the enemy team with his flash ultimate. Ringar's looking to jump in with his ultimate. So at that point, they're definitely a dive composition. So I might save that ultimate for when they're going to engage onto you or your team. This way, it stops that initial engagement and puts their initial plan off of what it should be. It looks like
Okay.
it's working fairly well for you getting the picks. But I would definitely, if no one's around at this point, hold it until you have a better opportunity with more teammates around you. I wonder why they popped Herald there. That made no sense.
Yeah, it gives us plenty of time to kill it before it gets anywhere.
Yeah, I wonder if it timed out. It's like right now is when I need
Oh,
your ultimate.
yeah.
Something also, so you know how Nami's skills will increase your movement speed when you use them?
Mm-hmm.
You can actually bubble in front of you and walk into the bubble as it lands on the ground, and that'll increase your movement speed too.
Okay.
Little tricks that you learn. That's a really weird position for Vayne to have popped that right there. Um, Going back, looking at it, she popped it going straight up. Um, Especially with four people being dead, and if you angle it and hit any potential wards that might be in Baron, this way you can clean it out. I know that was you doing it. I just didn't want to pick on you.
Yeah, that's interesting to know.
Yeah, Rengar's dead. This Baron's free. Tell me you go back after this.
uh, oh yeah, I do.
Did you pop heal there?
Uh,
Was that your heal?
yeah, it might have been.
Yeah, I think it was. Um, that's a little bit weird spot to use it in.
Well, it healed someone that decided not to back, so I guess that benefited them.
Yeah, that's a bad choice. Especially if you just got that many kills into a Baron. Um, Actually, I wasn't paying attention. Maybe they might have went back after they got picked up the kills, but I don't think so. I think you went straight into Baron. That's so much gold that y'all have now. It doesn't make sense for them to stay on the map. They need to go back, recall, power up, and then get back on the map with Baron. Let's see.
Yeah, I think Yasuo and Ezreal just went straight up mid after Baron.
Don't be afraid to abandon your AD carry, by the way. If they're playing like trash, get out of there and go find the person who's going to carry the team. And
and help them instead.
yes, absolutely. I just did an interview not last night before last with a D2 support who's looking at going into competitive play, and that was one of the things he said. He said abandon the crap out of your AD carry if they suck. Yeah, y'all got tower. Go back. No one needs to be here right now. All it takes is Rengar to pop out, and you're dead. As it's probably dead because he can't get away from Rengar Garen. Nope.
And there it is.
Yeah, that's just like overstaying. Like I mean, that's all it is. A lot of people, and that happens all the time. People just don't go back after they take the objectives off the map.
I always feel bad though if I back and they don't, and then they get killed, and I'm like, oh, I could have maybe saved their life.
That idiot shouldn't have been there. If you, that's one thing. So like a lot of people. Granted, this is a team game. If you're in a position where you're carrying, for example, if you're playing like that Ari or whatever, and you're like 12-2, and you're the clear carry of the team, be as greedy as possible because it's on you on you to carry that game at that point. Um, Take all the jungle farm, do all that stuff, and at that point you needed to back. Your teammate should have known that you needed to back because you're low HP with no mana. Once you go, they should back off too. And if they don't, that sucks. That's on them. That's their fault, not yours. Okay, so right now you have two trinket wards. Um, oh no, no, no. Okay, so yeah, definitely get some vision in the little brush between blue and um, blue and that little wall right there. I don't want to touch the stupid thing and have it go off again, but that or potentially get some vision in their base. Like who's that on our team? Yasuo. I don't know why Yasuo was there. There was no one around at all.
Maybe he was just making a distraction for Baron.
Could be. I don't think that's what it is, but because
I
Rengar,
I've occasionally done that where I'm like, oh, my team's off doing this and I can't get there in time, so I'll just
yeah,
make a diversion over here.
yeah, that makes sense, but not in the enemy's base where they're all at.
Yeah.
And Rengar was dead, so the Baron was free. They weren't going to be able to steal it. Like if you would have had your ultimate right there for when she started channeling, you never would have had to worry about any of that damage coming in. Ez is dead? No. He survives. Okay. Also, don't be afraid to drop a ward in their base for when you don't have minions in there. Um, all around, it looked pretty good. I would say maybe you aggressively use Nami's ult on cooldown all the time. Potentially look at holding on to it for when other enemies are your teammates are closer, because it looked like a lot of times they were too far to follow you up, even though they were good engages. And a lot of times you ended up picking up a kill because they did realize, the ones that were there did realize that's what was going on. Um, Definitely hold on to it when you don't need it. Okay, that's okay. Uh, Definitely hold on to it when you don't really need it at that point. The way you can have it just in case, like you're around Dragon Timer, and that spawns, and you'll be able to have it for that team fight. Looked solid all around. What do you think your problem is with getting into a higher elo again? Do you think it's just your matchmaking?
Um, partly, like I don't want to say it's completely that. But I mean, a couple weeks ago before the update, I was in, plat 4, plat 3 and doing pretty well, and then I ended up on, I think, a 7-game losing streak.
Yeah, it happens. It really does.
Yeah. And some of them, it was like super toxic guy starts talking trash at the very beginning, and then I found that we always lose the games when there's one guy talking trash.
Yeah.
Like he's just so toxic that it poisons the game and we lose.
Yep. We're almost
I
at the.
don't I don't I don't know what that is, but
Okay.
so I mean I think it's partly just the matchmaking and teammates, because the problem is I can't carry as a support
Yeah.
really.
No,
So I feel slightly trapped, but
I understand. A lot of people will recommend finding a duo partner, but definitely place Division every time you have it, unless you're not safe to go there. There were a couple times where I think I saw you had a ward up and no vision was getting put down, or you had two wards up and definitely no vision had been put down in a little while. Um,
okay.
Potentially look at getting your sweeping lens. Utilize the vision plants. There's one on each side of top and bottom. Bottom is harder to get to because that's on the enemy side, but top lane has theirs on their side. So you can utilize that to sweep Baron. You can utilize the one near mid lane to the enemy side mid lane to sweep Baron for any vision. You can use you can technically use the bottom lane enemy as well to sweep the dragon, and your mid lane to sweep the dragon. So that's a free sweeper. Use it anytime that comes up. Potentially look at leaving the lane a little bit more, roaming to mid to try to pick something up, or especially if your jungler's talking or pinging or looking like they're going to go there. Um, Denying vision is just as important as having vision, especially if you're going to try to climb in as support. A lot of that stuff's really going to be on you, because a lot of teams you can't expect them to do it at lower elos because everybody's trying to figure out the game as well. But
Okay.
it looked super solid all around. Um, Obviously, there are things to work on. Knowing when to get off the map and go back and buy and heal is one of the big ones. But that really comes with experience and game knowledge. Just look at the map state and be like, is there any reason for me to be on the map right now? And if not, go back and buy. If do you have an item pop up, go back and buy. Don't go back and buy at like 5 seconds left while the dragon's spawning. But if the dragon's coming up in 30 seconds, that's a really good point. I need to get off, go my items and come back so I can be there for the team fight. Um, you know, Ari looked a little bit better than Nami as far as decision making. But that's just, I mean, that's subjective. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Um,
I think I'm gonna try to be more strategic with my alt.
yeah,
See how
yeah,
that goes.
yeah. Just hold it. Just hold it for that. Those engaged with that team comp specifically. Just because they were a dive comp, Kennen had to dive on you. Rengar had to dive. MF really needed to be knocked up. Um, with that team comp specifically. Now, if it's one where they're not a dive composition and they're going to kind of kite away, absolutely open up with an engage on it because your team needs to engage to be able to kill them. But that team comps come with more experience and looking at like who's playing what and what works into these champions and just saying, okay, like if they're a dive composition, Janna works great because it pushes them away. Alistar works great to stop the engage. Um, but I would definitely say look for a duo queue partner. Potentially put it on Reddit or join the Discord server for the Reddit and just be like, hey, gold looking to climb. So
Okay,
there. All right. Well,
sweet.
I appreciate you joining us. Hopefully this
Yeah.
went okay. Hopefully it was insightful and hopefully I didn't beat you up too much.
No, not at all.
Okay. And maybe in the future, if this works, I'll look at bringing on like some actual professional coaches I know, and they can give some feedback and criticism too, and we'll have you back on.
That'd be sweet.
Awesome. All right. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thanks
Yeah.
everyone for watching. Like and subscribe. Do all that stuff. Bye.